Hi everybody, this is your daily tarot reading for Friday the 13th of April. Thanks for joining me. I'm using the Crystal Visions Tarot for today's reading. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of. So we have the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, perfect. So the Four of Pentacles is about hanging on to things and not letting go. And this is to do with money, having financial insecurity and really making sure that no one takes anything from you, and being somewhat miserly and being paranoid and feeling like you're being threatened and someone is after what it is you have and own. But on the other hand, it's about hanging on to the past. Things that happened. All the different experiences that this young woman has gone through. She's really hanging on to those and she's letting them define her. Now, I always find it interesting when people say, oh, you know, if I didn't have that experience, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And that always makes me think, because in spiritual truth, we're perfect children of the universe. Nothing can harm us. We're the same at 5 and at 50 and at 85. I really believe that. I think our experiences influence us and change us on an emotional and physical level, but on a spiritual level, we're always the same person in truth. And that same person is the same as the universe. So the ability to love unconditionally, to be there for other people, to feel connected, to feel a sense of care for other people. And as life kind of goes along and as life hits you in the teeth sometimes, as it has a habit of doing, that, like for instance, a partner who cheated on you, or someone who stole all your money, or getting kicked out of university. All of those negative experiences, they can sometimes change our perception of what the world is like. And also there can be positive experiences, marriage and winning some competition and da-da-da. But you're not the person who you are based on your experiences. You're really not. You're the same spiritual being that's perfect in spiritual truth. And it's about getting back to that. So today is a good day to let go of negative experiences, especially ones that were heartbreaking. The Three of Swords is about loss, heartbreak, and betrayal. And these crows are flying off to spread that message that, do you know what, I'm suffering here. I've been betrayed. I'm in pain. So that usually has to do with other people hurting us, being heartbroken in a relationship. It can be what we do to ourselves in the way that we speak to ourselves. I have a dream of becoming something, for instance, but then my ego steps in and says, oh, you're not good enough. You never have been good enough. You're not intelligent enough. That's a way I can break my own heart, by speaking to myself like that. And swords is negative thinking as well. So it is negative circumstances and what we do with them afterwards. So let's say I didn't go into university. I didn't get in when I tried to enroll. And what happens afterwards is that I start to build this huge resentment against that institution, and I do everything in my power to undermine them. That's another heartbreak. And it's your reaction that's truly heartbreaking, because you're the one carrying the pain. There's that one saying of the two monks. They go to a river and they see this naked girl struggling in the water. And these monks are sworn to celibacy and never to touch a woman and anything. And one of the monks, he goes and he rescues the girl, because obviously she's struggling. And he puts her down and she's fine and she goes off. And the two monks walk home in silence. And finally, the one monk, he says, how could you do that? You know that was against our rules. And the other monk says, yes, it was, but this was someone who needed help, and I put her down on the side of the riverbank once it was done, but you've been carrying this the whole way back. So who's really carrying the pain of that situation? So this is a day where the past may raise its head. Maybe someone will get in touch with you, or you'll remember something that was really painful. It's time to let go of it. Building up walls and hanging on to our own personal pain, it's kind of self-indulgent. It's kind of saying, you know, I have suffered and this is the person I'm going to be because my suffering is important. And have you got any idea of what I've been through? Do you know what I've suffered and how I've been abused and da-da-da? That storyline never has a happy ending. So don't fight for your limitations and don't fight for the situations that have hurt you and that have betrayed you. Instead, go back to who you really are in spiritual truth. A perfect child of the universe who can love unconditionally, who doesn't have to have walls around them to protect themselves from the terrible attitudes of people in the world and protect themselves from life. And draw a line under this and really just say, I'm willing to make space in my life for wonderful, positive things to come in. Because the 10 of Pentacles, finally, is the highest number of the suit of Pentacles. And Pentacles is to do with money and belongings. So the thinking is, if I hang on to what I've got, I'm going to get more. It doesn't work that way. If you let go of what you have and you get busy and creative and you add value, that's how you create more, not by hanging on to what you've got. For instance, if you put all your savings in a bank account, you'll get 0.25% interest. You're not going to get rich by hanging on to what you've got. So let go of all of that. You make space for wonderful things to happen. 10 of Pentacles is security in a financial sense. It's security in terms of where you live and being happy where you live. These animals around her, they're like familiars. She's got friends. She's connected to the area. She feels innocent and powerful, and she can explore and express all different facets of herself. She's ready to love. She's got everything at her disposal. She's got nature around her. So this is really richness in life, having a wonderful life. So everything is there for you. The only thing that you've got to work on is your own inner state of being, because if your inner state of being is full of this, then it's hard to get to that. And nature doesn't like a vacuum. So if you're full of resentment and heartbreak and loss and pain and looking to the past, then there's nothing that's going to change. If you let go of those things today, you're creating a vacuum, you're making space for good things to come in. So as soon as you let those things go, my way of doing that is to write things down and on a piece of paper and to burn them, because I'm a very visual, practical person. If I want to really let something go, I burn it and I see the ashes fly away. So that might be an interesting thing that you could do today. That way you'll create a vacuum, and nature is then going to step in and fill that with positive things. A new job, better health, more money, creative talent that you discover, a new friend that you make, a new romantic partnership, a feeling of security and safety. All of those things are available to you, but you've got to make space and let go of the hardships. You are not the person you are because you were rejected at 21. You're the same person you always have been, and yes, emotionally that may have been damaging, or if you had a major car accident at 12, you may be physically still suffering from those injuries, but in spiritual truth, you're still the same person. So don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that you're invincible in spiritual truth, and nothing can really harm you. You just go on and on and on and on and on until you don't. 4 and 3 is 7, and 10 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8, and 8 is about power. So you have the power to work with your own mind, to let go of things that are really difficult to let go of. If you struggle letting go of things like this, There's a great video online that I recommend to everybody because it's wonderful. It's the 4 ways of letting go. And it's a video presented by a Caucasian Buddhist monk. So if you feel like, oh, I've stumbled on the wrong thing here because it's a white guy talking about this, it's a Caucasian Buddhist monk. He talks about the 4 ways of letting go. And it's really helpful because people just say, oh, just let it go. Just get over it. Just drop it. It's like, all right, well, how? It's like claw marks on the table trying to let go. Sometimes you just are so enmeshed and entangled into what's happened, like this bunch of roses here. Where do you start? It's like a spaghetti bowl. Where do you start letting go of things? So it's a great day for personal growth, letting the past go, letting the past pain behind you, and really building something positive in future. So step into your own personal power. You've got loads of it today. It's been given to you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you'd like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to audio reading. In my private readings, I use tarot, numerology, and astrology. The astrology chart gives me a blueprint of your soul. It shows me where you were in a past lifetime, what you've come into this lifetime for, and what your life purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are, what's destined for you in love, romance, finance, health, family, spiritual progress, romantic relationships. And also I can look at what's coming up in future with those things and answer your specific questions, like, am I compatible with James? Or what's my health going to look like over the next couple of months? So if you're interested in that, then get in touch with me via the website, gregoryscott.com. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.